Guys, today we talk about my concerns for the Mario movie. I know I'm very excited for the movie. It really looks very great, but I have some concerns about the Mario Bros. Movie. Still, I have concerns. I don't know why the movie has a reviews on IMDb. The movie is not even coming out until next year. Okay, I don't know why they're considering this reviews for the Mario Bros. Movie. There's supposed to be some like fan made Mario movie on YouTube as well. But I have a couple of concerns for the movie. The first one is if you watch the second trailer, Mario looks like a bumbling idiot. Like, it would be different if Mario was like unfamiliar with the world. If that was basically what it is, Mario, because of course they showed Mario in some city, probably the place he is before he gets to the Mushroom Kingdom. Like, it might be like one of those fish out of water things. Like, he's in the city, he's just a plumber, they feel Luigi. They're not used to this world, so they have to get used to it. That makes a lot of sense, okay? But if they just make Mario the bubbly pool and basically make Peach the signing hero, which looks like in the trailers as well, because people do it. Because if you do not play some Mario games before, Peach does not get kidnapped and help Mario, or even in the case of Super Princess Peach, save Mario from Bowser. Princess Peach is, of course, those shrouds. I wish people realize this. There was a lot of people who think that, oh, Peach just gets kidnapped all the time. That's because they only play the mainline Mario games. Like Bowser Door, she basically escaped from the Gordas and those guys as well. And some of the earlier, many of the RPGs, Peach is very crafty and is very smart and is able to sometimes escape from being kidnapped. She is not a dumb person, and I think any person who was thinking that Peach was just gonna be a dumb plot device that would just be kidnapped by Bowser and Mario had to save her, you know, like you know, that's not everything Mario related has to be that way. Mario 3D World, Peach was a playable character in that game. Okay, Peach was a playable character in that game. Same thing with Super Paper Mario, and of course Mario RPG Residence of the Stars, and of course Super Princess Peach. I don't have a problem if Peach is stepping up as a leader, because of course if you're leader of a nation and your country is being invaded, I think the first thing you should do is either fight for your country or, of course, amass an army to, of course, stop the invasion. Of course, Peach is not a very good leader in many of the Mario games. So he gets kidnapped too easily. I think that is a problem as well. For example, the biggest one is Mario Galaxy, where Peach just stands there while Bowser's basically just invading her kingdom. Like, this is her country. She should be defending it. Like, you know, she should be, saying, you know what? I don't want Bowser to take over my kingdom and take me as a political prisoner, basically, in these games. I should, make an army for once. And I don't know if this movie will be canon to the games. I'm thinking it won't be. I think it'll be more akin to the Mario comics, well, or the Mario war. Mario is sucked into this world and he's unfamiliar with it. I think that looks like the route they're going to, and Mario gets more and more familiar with the world as it goes on. I think that's how it's gonna be, similar to the Sonic movie. Sonic, is acted like a little kid most of the time in the first Sonic movie, but the whole thing is he's supposed to grow as a character. I'm thinking the same thing for the Mario movie. Is that Mario, he's gonna grow as a character. He's gonna grow as a person, and that's the whole point of this. I think that's the whole point of Mario not being smart at the beginning, because he's supposed to grow as a character. I think Mario being flawed is a pretty good thing, because Mario in a game, of course, in the games you control him. You control his actions. You control his behaviors. Okay, but Mario sometimes, isn't a very smart person. Sometimes makes pretty, bad decisions like we all do. And so in Mario as a flawed man who comes from a different world, a different universe, I think makes a lot of sense if you see the trailer. And also, I still find that whole thing of Donkey Kong versus Mario is funny, because it's first shows proof that Mario is not familiar with this universe, is not familiar with the characters and people of the universe as well. And it was also so in the first trailer as well, where he was transported to this universe. Okay, I think it could be, it could be the same thing with Luigi as well. Luigi, of course, is from the same universe that Mario is from, which further proves there are multiple universes in the Mario universe, in the Mario movie. And also, they also hinted towards Mario Galaxy as well. But even in the first trailer, they hinted towards as well. But as well. So yeah, the Mario movie. This is the one by Illumination. My next concern is that Mario movie will be more, will still have too much, you know, juvenile humor, which I don't really find too bad. But I know a lot of the animated movie creators, hate it. They hate Ice Age Quiz, of course, because it's too juvenile humor. They hate Illumination because it's too juvenile. Because most of the movies will rely on juvenile humor. Like, yes, it gets boring and stale after a while. Okay, it's humor that doesn't really hold. It's funny at the beginning, but it doesn't. It's not humor that really holds, like Tom and Jerry does. Okay, you know. But I think if they have just good jokes in the movie, I think people won't care. Okay, as well, and also there's no signs of the old plots. But next good thing is there's no signs of that old plot. Okay, the old plot of the Mario movie is gone. Well, Mario goes to the sewers to meet Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong, and they get transported through the sewers. That is not happening in this movie. The first time Donkey Kong appears is in a gladiator arena. Of course, they still say that could still be a part of the movie, but the Mario does not know who Donkey Kong is until he sees him in the gladiator arena, which proves that the whole old plot leaks were false as well. The whole old plot leaks were false as well. And I think the biggest complaint people had at the trailer is, of course, Princess Peach. I think the biggest complaint, but again, most people who play Mario games, the only game that Peach is really playable in is Super Mario 3D World, where Bowser kidnaps the fairies instead of Princess Peach, and Mario Peach told Rosalina after you unlock her, and Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach all have to rescue the fairies. Okay, it's a game you can play with 4 players, or you play a game like Super Paper Mario where you can play as Peach. Even though Peach is like the worst character in the game to play as in the game, she still has her uses in that game and still fulfills a purpose in that game as well. Same thing with Mario RPG Resident 7 Styles, that game. And maybe Nintendo might realize that maybe Peach doesn't have to be kidnapped as a story and has to repeat the same story over and over again. I think it can have many interesting storytelling that Bowser just takes over something else or wants something else other than having Peach. I think it'll be pretty interesting to see, new characters be introduced to the Mario universe, or new plot devices and new things that Bowser or new Mario villains want to introduce, want to take as well. Because, of course, the whole kidnapping thing, yes, but it has been overdone. I think it has been overdone in the Mario universe as well. I think there's some people online a bit right about that. The whole Peach getting kidnapping has been overdone. I think both Miyamoto and Illumination say, yeah, it is a bit overdone. We want Peach to have her time to shine. We want Mario to grow as a character in the Mario movie and Luigi as well. And of course the other Mario characters in the Mario movie as well. And also Bowser still sounds amazing in the movie, of course. I think Jack Black is a perfect voice for Bowser. I am like, some people complain that they sort of put actual voice actors instead of celebrities. But Jack Black as Bowser, I think, is a perfect voice casting for Bowser. He is way more threatening than he is in any of the Mario games. He is way more scarier because I think this Jack Black does a pretty good job of making Bowser sound scary. He does a pretty good job at making Bowser sound scary as well. And yeah, I think the people's biggest complaint with the Mario movie second trailer is the whole thing with Peach, sticking to stand and saying, you know what, I gotta defend my kingdom from Bowser, instead of standing there and letting Bowser conquer her kingdom, as well. And also, in the Mario movie sequels, you could introduce other villains, and they can also have character development for Bowser as well. And Bowser Jr. could be introduced, and of course, other villains from the Mario series, as I mentioned, could be introduced, like the Sloobs, King Ari, Farfel, all villains, and of course Wario, all villains that could fit perfectly in a Mario movie sequel. Cool as well. Villains that could definitely be a threat to the Mario characters as well. And also we got the Mario. There's also gonna be a Mario Kart seed and a Rainbow Road seed as well. So yeah, I think this movie could be more akin to the game like Mario 3D World. Well, Peach is helping Mario on his quest along with Luigi, who is later saved, and Toad as well. It's also very interesting that Luigi ends up somewhere else than Mario. Mario and Luigi have to reunite, and also Luigi gets kidnapped by Bowser, and also he escapes somehow from Bowser as well. So overall, the Mario movie trailer, the only reason why the Mario movie, the Peach thing is so divisive, because of course, this is Hollywood we're talking about. Hollywood has an obsession with identity politics, as we all know. Okay, movies like The Woman King. Okay, that movie was garbage. Nobody cared about that movie. Strange World, that movie was garbage. But I think if they do this movie correctly, and this movie is good to most of the Mario fandom, not the critics. Nobody gives a shit what the critics think. Okay, same with the Sonic movies. Nobody gives a shit what the critics say about the Sonic movies. Okay, if the Mario fan base and the Mario fandom likes the movie, I think this movie will probably be the highest grossing anime movie of next year. Maybe besides Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse. I think that movie has a big chance of being the highest grossing anime movie of the year, unless they make the movie woke and garbage and nobody wants to see it. But that is about the Mario movie. What do you think about the second trailer for the Mario movie as well? And also, Funky Kong is apparently going to be in the movie as well, in the Mario Kart scene as well. So yeah, that's basically what this video here. Goodbye.